There we go. Okay. Hi everybody. It's Ellery Brown. I am doing my final project analysis presentation. So for today, I've got our agenda. So I'm going to do my introduction to my project, and talk about the measures of excellence and the design principles that I did well in, the feedback that had me change a couple of things in my project, and my conclusion. So my final project was a business plan for a book cafe, which was called Read and Roast. A book cafe is just a coffee shop and a bookshop merged together into one place of business. So the problem in Bowling Green is that there are tons and tons of coffee shops, but even with so many coffee shops, the demand for sit down, study, coffee shop areas is so high because of our high student population that we need to open more to supply to the super high demand. Um, and coffee shops in Bowling Green get super duper busy, especially on Sundays, because most of them aren't open on Sunday mornings. And so my my book cafe will solve that problem by making all of them slightly less busy. Some measures of excellence, I just picked a couple. I did honesty. I went through and I double checked all of my budgets uh, for math mistakes. Clarity. I I had I had quite a few headings, and under several of the headings were repeating um, points I was making because a business plan is not meant to be read through like a whole document. It's a proposal. So it's meant for an investor to go through and kind of skim different parts at different times. So there's actually kind of a lot of repetition in it. So it can't be as concise. Uh, so I clarified each heading and I made sure all the headings were the same so that the repeating phrases made sense. The professional appearance, all the pages are the same. They're all numbered. The format is repetitive, just a heading and then a subsection and then another heading. Um, and I reused the same two colors in every graphic, the two colors that are on my logo. Yes, so usability. Uh, I I understand that not everyone's going to be able to read it and understand it because there's a lot of budget stuff and it has to do with investors, but it is easily readable by the primary audience, which is what I was going for. Again, for accuracy, I triple checked the budgets. I went online and checked two different websites for the building value. And I looked up a couple of things on the customer demographic because my primary demographic was young adults and students. Because I was putting the coffee shop where Hilligan's Bar is, so right next to campus. Correctness. I used correct spelling, grammar, and punctuation. So design principles. I I used a couple. I used repetition a lot. I'm going to start there because a lot of the phrases repeat, as I was talking about earlier, to keep your mind coming back to the important parts. So the important parts are repeated several times. Page layouts. Yes, I use the same layout for every page. And most of the headings are on separate pages. And if they aren't on separate pages, one whole heading is only on one page and does not move to another page halfway through. And I numbered the pages so I could make a table of contents. So my feedback, this is feedback I got from other students in the peer review and some that I got off of our collaborative project from Dr. Jones. So I was told to add more graphics. At the time, I only had a budget. I had two budgets, my startup budget and my loss budget. So I made two floor plans um, using pictures off of Hilligan's website, and I added them in my appendix. Um, I was told by another student to add navigational aids, so I added a table of contents for accessibility, and that's when I added all the page numbers and make the project more legible. I muted the colors, so I made it easier to read, and I took out the colorful headings. So it was more legible, and that's when I moved all of the headings to be under one page instead of them overlapping onto separate pages. Okay, so in conclusion, I met all the goals that were set by myself, by the rubric, and by the measures of excellence and the principles of design, created a well-rounded and real-world useful technical document. Um, I used the feedback provided to make revisions that vastly bettered my project from other students and also from Dr. Jones. And um, in the technical characteristics of a technical document, I address a particular set of readers, the investors, which are my primary audience, and it fixes a specific problem, which is that there are not enough coffee shops in Bowling Green to supply for the demand of people who want to be there, and also a bookshop where students can buy textbooks if they need them. Okay, here's my reference, and thank you so much. Oops, and yes, thank you.